Hi guys, today we're gonna try to finish the Antarctic Pyramids interview with the witness, Colonel of the Russian Marines, and this part is mostly his thoughts and opinions, maybe some speculations, so don't be distracted with this. Check out the first two parts and make your own conclusions and make your own research, because some coordinates are shown in the video, so you can might as well check them on Google Maps and so on. So let's try to continue this interview. So we have another handmade thing here on the Oasis of Schumacher. It's a huge rock here. We can see this little stone, huge stone in fact, from this distance. What is so strange in this stone? Just a rock, and just an old rock, and maybe some stones fell off this rock. Maybe this rock was just the same as every other rock, just fell down. But we see it's not yet fallen down. It's just stuck on this rock while falling, and it's hanging. This is from the long distance. But when you check it from the close distance and you check this stone, you see nothing but surprise, because this stone is not falling down. It's stuck into this rock. So it's like your office table, where you take out the box out of it. That's what it looks like. Or maybe a kitchen table. So you can like pull it out and push it in. And I saw something made exactly for this stone, because it's not just sticking out. You can like push it, but no one can push it because it's too heavy. The size of it is very, very, very big. The width is like 1.5 meters, and it's like the height of it is like 50 centimeters, or maybe 80 centimeters. So it's not a manual thing, but someone did it actually, because it's not just stuck on this rock, it's stuck in this rock. So if you check it by the physics laws, it does not supposed to hang on, because it's too heavy and it's sticking out too far just to hang on. It's supposed to like scoot over and dive down. But I don't have another picture which is more precise and detailized. So it's like stuck into this rock, and it has some little cave in it, so you can like stick it in. So it's a hand-made job. Just another picture of a rock in the Antarctic. So it looks like a quarry. But this contemporary act that we have on the Antarctic, international act that we have, forbids to do any quarries on Antarctica, any mineral research, any production, mining and quarrying, it's all prohibited. But we can see a quarry 10 by 12 kilometers in square. Just this giant quarry. We have the coordinates again. What are the coordinates? Let us see.
Но если присмотреться, то здесь даже видны следы от продвижения какой-то техники.
We have the paths of some technique, some machinery, some bulldozers, some tractors or whatever, excavators.
Здесь вот как бы въездная аппарель, ну, по которой техника заходила и выходила.
So here is the path the technical devices were brought in.
Дальше, сейчас я покажу фотографии этого же самого карьера.
I'm going to show this another picture of this quarry. In a corner of this quarry, and we have this open methods of quarrying here, like this circle type of mining stuff. I've seen this type of quarries in Kursk region in Russia, so I know it's like a circle, a half circle type of quarry. But this is Antarctic. 10 by 12 kilometers in square. It's impossible for Antarctic. I can only guess that this might be a Third Reich production, quarrying and mining. Might be, because we don't know what they did during the World War II. Maybe they did something for their own purpose. I've seen some documents that might be useful on this topic, and they like classified to the yellow pages and stuff, like yellow press, you know. It's like stupid things, you know. But I think they are pretty good documents. There's information in them that the Third Reich built a base, and so they had to have some resources, and maybe they had a mining process there. That's why Antarctic was pretty good for that purpose, and they did it over there, and they used it for their purpose later. Even Richard Byrd, the British admiral, had an expedition there, the high jump expedition, high jump.
найти, где располагается эта база,
Expedition had the purpose to find the base and
они
actually
нашли
locate it.
эту базу. Так вот, там был такой эпизод интересный.
And they had that episode there
С авианосца
that the Air Force group,
взлетал разведывательный
which
самолет. Так вот,
was brought
когда
there,
пролетал над этим участком местности,
an Air Force group flew over this quarry,
вот эту яму,
and they found this
конкретно
huge quarry there.
летчик этого разведывательного самолета родился в шахтерском поселке.
One of the pilots actually was the quarry worker kid so he was born in a small city near the quarries, and they had a like quarry business there.
Произошло как раз вот в районе этих горных выработок, где добывали полезные ископаемые.
So he actually was familiar with this type of things, and he knows how it looks, how it really looks. And when he saw this flying over it in the plane, he said, "This is a quarry, man." And you can find it in Richard Byrd Admiral diaries and stuff like that. So they filmed it, and they actually gave it to their bosses, and bosses said, "Yes, it's actually a quarry." So he sent the Marine Troops division there with all his arms. So they like landed there with all this machine, with all his guns and stuff, all this ammunition. But they like didn't actually achieve a couple of 100 meters to this quarry. Didn't actually reach that place. Someone attacked that division of Marines, that brigade. No one ever knows where they came from, but the jet fighters came out of somewhere and attacked them. And it was Messerschmitt 262. And maybe, okay, a little pause so we can find it, what is actually Messerschmitt. Yeah, we have it. So how it looks. Okay, so it's a jet fighter. Okay. Those planes actually attacked that brigade, and everyone died. But from some type of hill over there, they saw also a skiing brigade, which appeared from out of nowhere in this mountain clothes, like, you know, military clothes. Some survivors from that Marine brigade gave their report that what they saw actually about those SS troopers, SS skiing troopers that they saw, and that Messerschmitt planes. And they had that lightning logos, double lightning logos. So most of that brigade which was sent there was obviously destroyed, and only some of them survived. So they actually maybe protected this place for a while, those Nazi base people. I'm not saying anything, I'm only saying what I've heard, what I've read, you know, so It could be my speculation, so whatever.
карьер, вот, который вы можете на своем собственном компьютере посмотреть, вот координаты указаны. Вот. И вот тот рассказ, который я вам сейчас рассказал. О деятельности Третьего Рейха.
Another thing about the Third Reich, I'm gonna show you another picture.
Рассказать не могу. Сочинять не люблю, не имею права. Но вот этот остров.
So see this island over here? So it was named the Island of Hope on our maps that we had. This is the bay. I'm not saying it's exactly the bay, but I think it's a crater from a nuclear explosion. About a couple hundred megaton of power. But we see some traces, some paths over here. You see this road here? Some machinery actually used it. So it like turned over here. You see another path over there. I'm telling this because I'm a professional military man and I know how we used our machinery, how it actually, what signs did it leave, what traces did it leave. I have some of my comrades, some of my friends, military friends, were actually the special forces, which were sent deep into the enemy ground, enemy territory. So one of them was the fighting swimmers division participant. So professional fighters, professional, let's see how this word is translated. Google Translate. Saboteur, professional diversionist or saboteur, or spy even. So okay. So I've showed that man this picture just to check on myself. Am I right or am I wrong? I've told him nothing. I've just showed him the picture and I said, look, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Just tell me what you see. I'm not gonna tell where it was taken. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm not gonna tell what I think. Just tell me what you think about this picture. Just check it. Like a professional saboteur, what do you think it is? And his conclusion completely matched what I was thinking. That this is the path of machinery, some cars or some trucks or whatever, maybe bulldozers, because we see it exactly what it is. We see some, like, you know, human-made traces. So his conclusions matched my conclusions. But now I'm gonna show you the path of the road, which is up here. so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Вот он, этот участок дороги.
Here's the path.
Вот стоит человек на вершине
See, this is
дорожки,
a human
показанный.
standing here,
Ну,
and
любому
you see this path.
военнослужащему, даже солдату или
Any
матросу,
military man,
маломальски
anyone who knows
видно.
what it is,
Дорога,
it's a road.
каменистой какой-то местности, неровная, аккуратненькая дорога.
So they like,
Дело в том, что вот там на вершине
made it
этого
for some
озера,
purpose.
там видны остатки когда-то стоявших там сооружений. То есть
And we have some traces of some buildings over there on the top.
сооружение было. То есть сами сооружения уже снесены, но следы от фундаментов остались. Они
So
четко
there's like parts of basement over there, but we see there's no blocks over here right now.
Может любой любознательный сам по собственной инициативе взять и посмотреть озеро Шермахера, там он один-единственный остров, на вершине этого острова.
So you can like check this island from the Google Maps, also from the oasis of Schumacher. There's another thing I'm gonna show you. We call it Kylo. This little shovel. Other people call it Alpenstock, Alpenstick. I've held it in my hands. It's not just some stupid things. I've showed it. I've seen it, and I've seen this label over there. And the fabric name is written in German language, Deutsch, 1915, the age of actual production. So it could have been used in the World War II period, because it was produced before. So somebody from the Third Reich was actually on the oasis of Schumacher and left this alpenstock, alpenstick. We know that the Third Reich had expeditions in 1939. Admiral von Richter was the guy who actually led the expedition. So the oasis of Schumacher is named after the pilot who actually flew over this place and found it. Schirmacher. So that's why oasis was called the Schirmacher oasis. And after they, like found it, they put an expedition there, send them there, and they made a conclusion that this place was, is a consequence of some lava flood into the surface of that place, and they have geothermal energy, so that warm underground volcanic activity doesn't let this place to freeze. But when the sun is not snowing there, the sun is not shining there, they actually could be covered by snow for a while. But it comes off pretty fast. When a polar day begins again, it just, takes it off. Flushes snow away. And there's a bunch of lakes there. So Germans had a pretty good thing to find there. for a base.
его вид из космоса.
Here's a look at it
Вот.
from space.
Кругом ледники,
Everywhere is
которые там
ice
уже
and snow,
столетиями, тысячелетиями лежат, не тают.
maybe
А
for
вот эта
1,000
часть
years,
почему-то
maybe even more.
почему-то
And
всегда постоянно
we
без
here
снега и без льда.
you can see this
Здесь имеется множество озер.
no
Озера
snow,
там
lakes over
большие,
here, and
большие.
so on.
Вот. В этих озерах вода тоже
And that's the
оттуда
island of
выливается
hope that he
геотермальная
was
вода.
talking about.
Так вот, Третий рейх, экспедиция фон Ричера, в состав этой
So the Third
экспедиции
Reich
входило
expedition von
большое
Richter
количество научных работников.
had some science workers in it.
Вывод, что это, да, геотермальное тепло не
So they had its conclusion made that it's a geothermal
снегу, снежному
place,
покрову,
which
там
is
держаться.
pretty good for a base.
Снег там тает.
No snow there.
Но наша наука говорит совсем другое. Вот я вам обещал еще показать кусочек
I promise you to show you some
видео,
videos
вот, застывший лавовый поток я уже показывал.
about lava flows over there.
Покажу видео, где будет заснята пирамида
I'm gonna show you some videos
на удалении от оазиса
of
Шермахера
pyramids
километров
close
50
to this oasis.
в сторону массива Вольтат. Вот она пирамида.
Here's the video
Значит,
of a pyramid.
эта пирамида является копией
This is a pyramid, a copy of broken
которая находится в Египте.
line pyramid in Egypt.
Находится на сравнительно небольшом расстоянии, где-то на глазок километров 50.
So it's pretty close to that oasis. It's like 50 kilometers from it.
Это видео, вернее, сделано одним из наших полярников.
This video made by one of our guys from expedition that we had.
Еще в режиме видео. Вот эта пирамида. То есть вывод можно сделать однозначно.
So we have to make a conclusion.
В Антарктиде это не какие-то случайные природные.
This is not just natural objects.
Это не какие-то горы.
And the Germans were not that stupid to go there.
Похожие, отдаленно напоминающие. Нет, это искусственное сооружение.
It's artificial. So we have like another video from YouTube here about some other pyramids in Antarctica.
3 видеоролика уже иностранных, засняты опять же те же самые пирамиды в
We
Антарктиде.
have such same pyramids as Egypt ones here. I bet you've seen this video already, but this interview was taken maybe 2 years ago, so that's why for that time it was pretty actual information. Of course there's some speculations in this video, but you see we have something close to pyramid shape. And most likely there are some pyramids over there too. Man, I mean, how can a pyramid look after many years of this destruction and snowing and erosion, and these bad weather conditions? So, might as well be pyramids. And as you can see, some of them are close to some bases that are actually established by some country. We don't know which one exactly it is. This is an example of mocking the target auditory, which actually interested in this question. they make these yellow press type of videos to, you know, mock us guys, you know, show us some pictures of real ones and show us some pictures of some fake ones, so we can like, this is a fake shit. So somebody can say it, and he can be right, because some of them are actually fake, you know, but some of them are not. And this fact that some of them are fake actually is making the whole video fraud, looking fraud. But some of them are actually a pyramid, so you can see it. You can actually go to this channel on YouTube and find this video. So okay, the same pictures again. I doubt that they actually established the base close to these pyramids and have not researched them. Actually, they did research them, but they're not telling anything about it, because they have a treaty, and that's why nothing comes out of this place. We can only see this type of videos, we can only see nothing scientific, because it's only a deception. We have this Joseph Farrell book, The Black Sun of Third Reich. Joseph Farrell, he is a physician, a physics scientist. In this concrete case, he makes a link to this example, this information. The United States of America in 1958, on the territory of Antarctic, made a couple of nuclear explosions. Couple nuclear tests. It's a Joseph Farrell book. It's not my conclusion.
Применение этого ядерного оружия американцами было прикрыто нелепым рассказом о том, что Соединенные Штаты Америки и Советский Союз в редкое затишье ядерного сотрудничества в разгар холодной войны решили изучить, какую часть ледового континента можно возвратить, растопив вечные льды.
So he says, like, in a short times of military cooperation, military silence between in the Cold War between the United States and USSR. So USA tried to make tests of how many territory could nuclear explosion actually clean up from the snow. So the nuclear explosion to clean up the snow. This is stupid. And they like tested it 3 times. And it was like an airstrike. So it was not a ground strike, it was just an airstrike, air explosion on this high altitude. One of them was made on 27th of August. Second one, 30th, August 30. And the third one was made on 6th of September 1958. So Joseph Farrell thinks that they covered this stupid reasons that they, you know, put in press, put in media. So he thinks that Richard Byrd expedition located those Nazi bases
в 1947 году, она не
in
имела
1947
успеха. Она
because
была
it didn't have any success and it returned because they have like rumors that they got their asses kicked.
разгромлена, так скажем, и вынуждена была возвратиться.
So they
После
returned
этой
and
неудачной экспедиции
reported this location of the places where they got their asses kicked.
американцы осуществили еще несколько экспедиций на континент Антарктида.
And they have some more expeditions in Antarctic,
Экспедиции под названием Deep Freeze.
deep freeze expeditions.
Их было несколько, там Deep Freeze
They
1,
have like a couple of them.
Deep Freeze 2 и так далее. Там,
Some maybe deep freeze
под
1, deep freeze
командованием
2.
адмирала Хэтчема.
It's like Admiral Hatcham, leader of those expeditions.
Так вот, эти экспедиции тоже были неудачными.
So those expeditions were unsuccessful too.
Их никто не громил до
They didn't got bitten there, but
экспедиции Deep Freeze. Вот. Но успеха они не имели. Дело в
they
том,
had
что
no success too.
немцы им не попадались.
And no Germans were met.
Но по разведывательной информации,
But
которая
they had this intelligence information
стала достоянием американцев, потому что они большую массу архивных документов
because they published all these archives from that period.
получили. Вот. Да и пленных они большое количество взяли. Они получили информацию, что
And they also, they also had like a bunch of those people captured from Germany after the end of the war.
все-таки в Антарктиде там есть.
And they had this information because it was pretty clear that the Nazis had a base there.
И примерный район расположения этой базы 270
So the location of the base
они знали. Поэтому, чтобы
was
поставить точку в решении этого вопроса,
well
в
known.
1978 году они произвели там 3 ядерных взрыва.
That's why I think he thinks that they made all those explosions in 1958 just to destroy those bases.
Все 3 взрыва были воздушными, для того, чтобы не оставить никакого радиоактивного
All those air strikes were, all those air explosions were made because they didn't want to leave any traces of any like radiation and stuff like that, any proof. But
Рассчитаны они были, сделаны с тем,
they made two
чтобы таким поражающим фактором, как электромагнитный импульс,
to make an electromagnetic shock
вывести полностью всю
and shut off all this German infrastructure, all this electricity,
Вот на это они делали расчет.
and to shut the bases down.
Вот помните, наверное, была эпопея за подписание международного договора.
They had a huge long story to sign this treaty on Antarctic, all these international countries, on this international act
Об ограничении использования там
about, they had a treaty about stopping using this freon gas, to stop this ozone layer destruction,
фреона, там и выхлопов, значит,
and
там
this exhaust act
в атмосферу и так
to
далее.
stop this exhausting CO gases and stuff like that.
Подавляющее большинство стран подписало этот договор
Every country signed this contract
об ограничении там, значит, выбросов.
to stop this exhaust and stuff like that. But only United States didn't sign this contract. Didn't sign this international act on ozone layer saving.
Почему?
Why is that?
Да потому что причина подписания этого международного договора
Because the purpose of the international act
об ограничении тех выбросов в атмосферу
about
была
this
якобы такая, что
thing
тем самым прекратить разрушение озонного слоя,
just to stop this ozone layer destruction,
который является защитой от
which is supposed to stop this radiation from sun,
фиолетового излучения, жесткого излучения.
ultraviolet
Дело в том,
radiation.
американцы прекрасно, раз они произвели 3
And the Americans for sure knew if they did all these 3 explosions
взрывы ядерных боеприпасов в 1958
in the
году,
air in
причем
1958,
взрывы были высотные, все три
because they had
высотные,
these air
они
explosions,
прекрасно представляли, что именно эти три ядерных взрыва и произвели
and they know that all those 3 explosions actually did this damage of ozone layer because they were made in the air, and they know the cause of this ozone layer destruction. That's why they didn't sign it, because it's pretty stupid for them. They were the cause of this actual destruction of ozone layer.
неблагоприятное воздействие на озоновый слой, который находится над Антарктидой.
But this is his conclusion about the destruction of the layer above the Antarctics.
Поэтому и образовалась озоновая дыра.
That's why they have this ozone layer hole above the Antarctic, which is declared by scientists.
Вот причина образования этой озоновой дыры.
That's the actual cause, the nuclear explosion in the air, 3 times in 1958, and Americans didn't sign it.
Они знали истинную причину.
They know the cause.
Но еще раз повторю, это я не утверждаю.
But I'm not saying it. I just made this conclusion while reading this book. So you can do your own research and so on.
Все 100%. Это я просто процитировал.
The Black Sun of Third Reich, Joseph Farrell. So, thanks a lot for watching this video. It was the last part, and I hope you understood everything that he was telling. He is a pretty old guy, old school guy, and he like keeps saying everything all over again. So, most likely for me to translate all this information correctly, but something like his old style thing is definitely missing in this translation. So see you next. See you guys, and ask questions in comments, share this video, and bye.